Well, good morning to you. I'm up fairly early today. While everybody else is sleeping, I'm going to nip out and check out a big flea market, or at least a good-sized one. Indoor. Oh, yeah. I woke up thinking it was going to be cold. It's about 60 degrees or so outside. Very comfortable, so I'm in a t-shirt. Did a lot of looking yesterday. Didn't really find anything. Not much. So let's just go over here to the flea market. We're going to check this out and have a really, really happy-go-lucky good time. Or I'm going to trudge around like The Walking Dead, hopefully find some stuff, and then trudge my way back, drink some coffee, or sleep some more. Well, they move this place around here and there from one big building to the next. I think it's in this one. And I like it. It's a good free flea market. And it's supposed to open at 8. I always show up early. Always a good thing to do. It's a nice big place. A few key vendors I look for that are prone to bringing records. And a lot of good wheeling and dealing going on here. Bringing my new record player as well. Has a USB charger, and that's handy. Here's a cool record box. You like square dancing? Me neither. Let's look at the 45s. And looks like pop and country. Yep. Al Hurt. He did some fun music, actually. Especially that da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Or maybe that was the Champs. I don't know. Maybe that's a bopper. I'm not for sure. Bopper's kind of a country song that moves a bit. Maybe has a bit of a hot guitar break. Chevrolet. Okay, I'm going to switch over to both hands. These wire record racks are the bane of my existence. The records get jammed in, and they really break records easily, which is usually not good. There's some records it's alright, but they also slow me down to a crawl when I'm looking. Sometimes if you don't put them back, people would tend to get irate, so I've learned over the years, put them back where you got them, even if it's in one of these funky, no good wire racks. Ooh, that's in such bad shape. Here's a respectable box of old records. The Maces. Dwayne Eddy. Dwayne was a great twangy guitar player. Did a lot of good instrumentals in the 50s and 60s. I got to play shows on the same bill with him at Las Vegas. Got to listen to him practice as well. That was really good. You guys up there in age and still can play that guitar. Somebody with a homemade Elvis sleeve. Elvis Presley, of course. Elvis is well loved pretty much everywhere. I find his stuff all over the world, as it were. Down in Argentina, he was fairly well the record god, or the music god. Alright. Sandy Nelson. I'm going to switch over to both hands now. So I found one little record we'll play. I just bought it on a whim. Not in the best of shape, but a good looking label that either has polkas or it has rock and roll on it. Not much middle ground. We'll take a look in a bit. But I've got to continue rolling so nobody else comes along and picks up something that's rightfully mine. So, done some more looking, looked through a lot of records. One of the better vendors came in, but no 45s this time around, which is a shame, but that's just going to free me up to possibly go to another flea market or two. So I'm going to do one more pass around here, make sure nothing's been uncovered. Then I'm probably going to split. Well, the one I bought is not anything fantastic. It's on the Soma label. Kind of a pop rocker, that side. And it's Marv Shoemeister, Minneapolis, Minnesota area. Yeah, it's a pop rocker. Nothing much to write home about. But anyway, I've bought one record so far today. I'm going to get some coffee, wait for things to open up, and then start hitting them hot and heavy. All right, another slow start to the day at the flea market. Had some coffee, rested up, waited for the family to come out of hibernation, and now we're on the road again, as the great Willie Nelson would say. Going to take a different route home today. Might stop at a little small town that was advertising this person that they had 78 records. Doesn't look like much, but it gets me out in that area. Then it gives me the excuse to take a lot of windy, twisty, small town roads to get back to the dubious civilization of Dallas. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what we're going to do. Everything's good, no other plans. We're just along for the ride. Wouldn't mind finding a nice Indian place though to eat at today. I feel like having a curry. Let's roll. Okay, let's go to the first antique mall of the day. See what we can come up with. You know the drill. We walk in, we start looking around. Cool. Maybe. A lot of Oklahoma labels. I like Oklahoma labels. No. Pass. It looks like a straight Stone Country record from the 60s. Let's go check this Red Barn thing out. Looks good to me. Haven't been here in a while. That was bumpy. Records. Had that turned the wrong way, I was going to show you my pretty face. I do that enough, though. Okay. One by Glenn Barber. I wish his Starday records would turn up. Not that kind of Starday either. That's the new versions of it. Look at that one a little closer. I need to find some really good Muskogee, Oklahoma rockabilly. In particular, stuff by Curtis Long. He had a rockabilly rock and roll band in the 50s. Worked for the city in later years. I met him. He had on the brightest red socks of any human being I've ever seen. He was cool. He had sold all copies of his records at a garage sale years before. That one's a little too rough. And that was a shame. I really would have liked to have bought a box full of those things from them. I know someday I'm going to find another out in the wild. I have before. All right, we're in Tiny Town, Oklahoma, and we're going to see what we can find here. Hopefully there is something. We stopped by one big antique mall that looked like it was going to be great, but for some reason, here in the height of people being on vacation and driving around, they've opted to close their doors until the 2nd of January. Well, good for them. I'm not bitter about it, mind you. Little bit. Yeah, I'm pretty bitter about it. Also, I haven't seen anything here in town yet. So, this trip, much like I think the one I had before, has been mostly unproductive in finding records of value. But this is pretty much the course for this time of year. That's why I've got all sorts of canned goods and pig's feet and everything hoarded away in jars and such, just so we can sit there in the darkness and eat till the springtime thaws everything out, and then the people get their records out to sell. I thought that was an antique place. It's just another church. All right. Well, that was it for Tiny Town. Let's go through another one. Well, here's a place. Let's go check it out. Yeah, I like this kind of place. This is mighty fine. Dang, we're nearly at Arkansas, ain't we? Oh well. Well, Tiny Town part, I don't know, 100 for this trip. I don't know that I've ever been through here before, so I like that. I like going places I've never been and being surprised. Like that last place I stopped that had absolutely nothing for me, except I did buy one soul record. I don't know what it was, and then a unused reel of 1960s recording tape, which I can always use. A couple of bucks well spent, don't you think? So we've got the school. We've got another highway coming up. That's always a good sign. Now we got to find somewhere. I think we're going to go to the right. Oh, heck yeah. Okay, we're going to keep looking. Tiny Town, take 4. So the last Tiny Town we went through didn't have anything at all going for it. Not even a junk store, not a Goodwill, nothing. So this one has more to it. So we're going to find the sprawling downtown section, see if we can fight our way through the thronging masses and turn up some records or something. Hell, I'd settle for a good vintage Fender or Gibson guitar, you know, something. Got a downtown coming up. I like me some downtown areas. It's all Norman Rockwell type perfection, a little slice of Americana. Nope, it's Oklahoma, but it's all right. It'll do in a pinch. So, it looks like the rain has stopped. Good. Do without that squeaking thing there. I always trust my family to help me look for junk shops and antique malls and such. Jesse's got good eyes and he's good at picking that stuff out. There's a liquor store. It might be worth a stop on Pa's Country Cafe. Sharps. And what do we have here? General store. Maybe that was genital. There's something that says antiques down the way. I'm gonna go see what that general store is all about. Oh well, that was another case of, hey, everybody's out driving around being a tourist, let's close our shop and discourage commerce. I'm not bitter about that. Oh no, no siree. We're going to take a long drive essentially through a whole lot of nothing. Maybe there'll be a junk store or something open in one of these tiny towns. We'll find out. Anyway, we're going point A to point B right now, and I don't expect a lot. This is part of it, the deadhead drives, and that's quite all right. We've come to a town that I believe I was here on my first of these video blog thingies. And I'm gonna go hit the downtown area again like I did before. I had great success here, and the road happens to bring me here today, so we're gonna redo it. I'll go in and see. Since it's only been about, oh, I don't know, 2 months at the tops, I doubt there's anything new here in town that's popped up, but it happens. Oh. Yay! Back in Texas. Woo! And it's still raining. Huh, I thought that'd clear it up.